It has been a hot minute since I have been live on social media, and it is my pleasure to be going live on multiple platforms at this particular moment. If you are joining right now as I'm live, I would love for you to jump into the comments. Let me know what platform you're joining from. I'm going to ensure that I am actually going live on Instagram right now. So I'm clicking that. And then we will see how things go as I meander on this path. And speaking of meandering, I have been in a bit of a slumber for the last couple of weeks because I have been dealing with getting over a summer illness. And that was a souvenir from the 2 weeks that I spent traveling with a group of very exceptional people in my Harmony retreat. We actually went from Spain to France to Italy. We visited so many different countries that it's almost ridiculous for me to try and announce how many people. Sorry, I've just seen people on Instagram joining. What's up, Instagram family? I just want to say it's interesting. I'm currently live on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. And Instagram are the first people to just get in here and say hello. So I would love it if you guys just dropped into the comments and let me know how you're doing. I have had an exceptional month of traveling through some of the most exceptional sacred destinations in Europe. And then the final destination was me ending up sick after such a crazy trip, but it has been necessary time off of social media. And in the time of me being away from social media. What's up, Desi Lou? You're the first person to put a comment in. Leslie, what is up on YouTube? This is awesome. I love being able to communicate on so many platforms at once. It really streamlines things. So it's my joy to be able to see you guys here. So one of the things that became apparent to me is that I have sort of culminated all of the techniques that I use. What's up, Cindy? How are you? Hi, Barbara. Happy to see you. What's up, John? Thank you for stopping in on Instagram and saying hello. You see me looking over to the side, that's because that's where the comments are showing up for Instagram. It's my joy to connect with you guys. Super happy. Let's see if I can make this a little bit smaller. And I culminated, I have worked with thousands of clients over the last several years. What's up, Body Armor? Good to see you. Yeah, we met in Tuscany. How are you? That was one of the best days. Yeah, I just want to say what's up. So Body Armor Canada and I, we actually met at a farmhouse in Tuscany where we dined with a family that has owned the farm for over, I think, 100 years. And it was super fantastic to have met you and some of the other people who I dined with. And it's really great because traveling brings people together, which is part of the reason why I host the retreats. But every retreat that I go on, I swear to you, shifts me, it alters me. I get to see different ways that people live and different lifestyles. I get to eat different food. I also get to visit a lot of the sacred places that are unique to those regions. And at the end of this trip and then getting sick, which I know I've recapped a couple of times here, I realized that spirit energy is having me move into a new direction. And I'm really excited about this direction that I'm headed into. I am starting to share with people this new modality of healing, which I call quantum soul mapping. And it is a blend of understanding what your soul chart is. And if you're like, oh, what is a soul chart? A soul chart is actually the blueprint for your spirit for this life. And what I have found with working with as many clients as I have is that there are archetypes to every single soul. So one of the first aspects of understanding this new modality of healing is understanding what your soul chart is for this life. And I'm going to be providing a way for you to understand your soul chart and to understand what your archetype is for this life and to understand what path you are walking along. Cindy, what's up? I love it. She said, I knew you were moving. Yeah, moving right along. Yeah. And Leslie, the trip was amazing. I still have cameras I have to download with content that I'm so excited to share with you guys. But I'm going to do it in a very meaningful way, and I will most likely be doing longer videos on YouTube. What is up, B? Brianna, how are you? Thank you for joining on Instagram. I love it. I'm currently live on Facebook, and if you're on Facebook, you have to like sign in or something like that in order to leave a comment. So I'm sorry for the people on Facebook whose comments I might be missing, but I will, I suppose, figure that out better at some point. I'll figure that one out. That's all I can do, right? Yeah. So I love it. Barbara's like, I want to know what my soul chart is. So I am so excited about helping you understand what your soul chart is, about helping you understand. Do I have TikTok? I do. Actually, I'm known more as a TikToker, which is kind of interesting. And it's my first and last name. So if you want to join me live on TikTok, that'll be fantastic. It's just my first and last name, which is Kamela Hurley. Yep, I love TikTok. Yeah, I have a following there of like 230,000 people on TikTok. So I hope you can definitely join. Thanks for asking. Oh my gosh, no, I'm not getting a phone call right now. Well, we'll just decline that. Hopefully that didn't interrupt my live stream too much. Yeah, so quantum soul mapping, you're going to hear a lot more about this. And thank you, Cindy. You're going to hear a lot more about quantum soul mapping because it is a combination of past lives, soul contracts. It is a combination of understanding what are you doing in the current life that you're living, because obviously this is the one that is the most important. And I will be talking to you about how to get in alignment with your soul contract. When we are out of alignment with our soul contract, this is when we can end up sick. We can end up feeling discouraged. We can have, mental health issues. We can be in a wrong career path. We can even be in the wrong partnership. What's up, Voltage? Good to see you here. And I find that when we have a better understanding of what our purpose is, and when we feel confident about choices and lifestyles that we are making, then what occurs is things just start to flow in life. So I have taken time to rebrand my podcast. So if you are looking for it, I actually changed the name. It is called Soul Secrets with Kamela Hurley. You guys might be able to see it because I put a little banner here. And I will let you guys know I have closed my mediumship readings, except for TikTok. When I'm live on TikTok, that's the only time that you'll be able to get a mediumship reading for right now. So I'm just kind of giving you guys some general updates. And if you have any questions, a lot of people are not feeling super well today. Yeah, a lot of people are not feeling super well today. I don't plan on live streaming too long right now because this is sort of like a trial run. But I have started to put together the new retreats that I will be offering in 2025. I also plan on teaching people on the quantum soul mapping, how to be a quantum soul mapping coach. So that's something that I will be offering in 2025. I actually have 2 retreats planned for anybody who's interested in becoming a light worker, that's interested in the modality of quantum soul mapping. And I will be taking you guys. The new podcast is called Soul Secrets. Yeah. Yes, it's called Soul Secrets. It's available on Spotify, Apple, and YouTube. So everything's there. I've had close to 20,000 people listen to my Energy Secrets podcast, which I just changed the name to Soul Secrets. So I was like, it's not just energy, it's about like understanding the secrets of our soul. And when we get out of alignment, our own soul can be such a mystery. So quantum soul mapping is a way to help you get clarity, to get unstuck, and to get you shifting your life into greater harmony, and so that you step into even greater abundance. So I will be sharing more about that. I've already started writing a book on it. It's just a lot is going on. It all came through when I was sick and off social media for this last month. So I guess that's what happens when I'm not live on TikTok all the time. I actually have energy to listen to the spirit and to listen to the universe guide me with even greater clarity. Secrets are not bad. They're temporarily sacred storage. I like that voltage. Thank you so much. Absolutely amazing. So I am certainly testing this experience. I've already been live for 10 minutes. If you guys have any other questions, let me know. If not, I probably will just jump off this live and get back to doing something. I've actually had sessions all day today, so I had a little bit of energy to go live. I definitely plan on being live on TikTok tonight, which I'm excited about. And I also have a Facebook group that is private. Right now, that Facebook group is called Medium Kamela Hurley. You'll be able to find that link available on actually off of TikTok. If you are interested to be able to join that, I hope that you have an opportunity to. Yeah, for super good. Yeah, my energy is still like coming back. What's up, Richard? How are you? Thanks for hanging off Facebook. I appreciate you showing up and leaving me a comment. Richard, was it hard for you to leave a comment, or was it just like, I'm just going to put it down? Yeah. Here's a great question. What's up, Dizzy Lou? Desi Lou, how are you, beautiful soul? Her question is, what do you do when you feel blocked, like you can't connect to spirit? I think oftentimes, I dealt with a client today who actually felt a little bit disconnected from spirit, or just felt like actually for her that her life was moving so fast that it was hard for her to connect to spirit. And I believe that part of the way that we can get unblocked when it comes to connecting to our spiritual team is by slowing down. We live in a culture, particularly in North America, where we are having to drive from place to place, where we are overworked, overscheduled. I believe that in North America, this is not just America, it's not just Canada, it's North America, that our lifestyles are geared for busyness. There's this desire that everybody has to sort of overperform. And just spending a couple of weeks in Europe really reset my internal thermostat to understand that we don't have to pace ourselves at an algorithm pace, and that we need to get back to a humanized experience. So I really feel that if you were to slow down, particularly for you, Desilu, if you were to slow down and make yourself a priority, you would understand that spirit is connected to you always, and that you're able to receive that guidance more clearly. To be even more practical with how I think that you could be more connected to spirit, I recommend you getting into a daily journal practice. So let me know if that feels like that is something that could be a solution for you. That if you feel like you're disconnected to spirit or can't connect, it's just time to slow down, get into nature, and enjoy life for a little bit. It seems to me like problems have been too much at the forefront of your focus. Yeah, very good. Jeanette has a question. Can someone in life put a spell on you in this life? Can someone in life put a spell on you? Okay. Now, this is an interesting question, and you're welcome, Desilu. You're doing super amazing, right? Oh my gosh, right on cue is the dog to interrupt. Some things always remain consistent. She's only been outside for like 2 minutes, and now she's crying to come in. Well, I'm just going to let her be a beast outside. Jeanette, so it's really interesting what you believe you receive. So if you believe that somebody has placed a spell on you, then indeed that spell will have effectiveness. But I actually say that most of the time it's a bunch of hogwash, that somebody is not putting a negative spell on you unless you're open to receiving it. So try not to have anxiety that somebody's cast some kind of negativity on you, because I think oftentimes when I hear individuals talk about a spell being on me, it's probably because a fake account might have messaged you, and they are trying to say that there's a spell on you. So I'm curious if that happened to you, if you just got a random message from somebody saying that there's a spell on you. I'm curious about that. I do have one other perspective on spells, but I don't pick up the energy from you that you are into witchcraft, voodoo, and that you understand anything in those esoteric traditions. So I just want to say, I don't really feel like there's a spell on you. Yeah, I think you're safe. I think you're good. And thank you, Richard. I hope you're feeling better too. I know you've had a lot of issues with your back. Yeah. So hopefully, Jeanette, you're still here. Just drop into the comments. If anybody else has like any other questions that you want to ask, let me know. Yeah. I'm getting ready to record a podcast episode for Soul Secrets as well. Looks like I'm going to have to let the dog in first. Yeah. Jeanette says, oh, I was on TikTok and I got a message from you. Yeah, I was calling that one right. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it, Jeanette. Fake account, imposter. I literally have hundreds of fake accounts, and those fake accounts are something that I don't have control over. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, it's kind of interesting because, oh my God, dog. Hold on, I'm gonna let my dog in. I have to be a good dog owner. So hold on real quick. Oh, what are you crying for? There's no crying. It's not snowing. You should be happy. It's a beautiful day. Whoop. Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Sorry, I'm back. There's a little bit of delay from here to Instagram, but if you guys have any other questions, let me know. It's been interesting going live on here. That's for sure. Yay. What's up, Taddy? Thank you for being here. If you guys have any other questions, let me know. I have really great news that I feel that collectively we need to focus on our, oh, there's no delay there. It shows a delay when I'm looking at it. I'm glad there's no delay. Too funny. Yeah. Yeah. So I guess that's it for right now. Yeah. Interesting, Cindy. Thank you. Interesting. If you guys have any other questions, let me know. I am getting ready. Thank you so much, Jeanette. I appreciate it. Teddy birds. I'm like, it's interesting. Okay, for me as an intuitive and a medium, when people say, is there any message for me? It's such a broad open question. It's like, imagine if you went back to ancient Greece and you took the time to travel to Delphi. And Delphi is this place that's actually an hour and a half outside of Athens in Greece, okay, by car. But if you went back in time, they didn't have that. It'd take you several days to go to Delphi. Now, the reason why that place is interesting is that there were oracles there. And when you show up to the oracles, you would have to give a gift and you would have to ask a specific question. Now, the reason why I would advise you from this point on to ask a specific question is because you get specific answers. Now, I can take my energy and I can fine tune it into yours, but that's taking extra juicy energy for me. And I'm lazy right now. I'm lazy. So help a sister out. Because I can, but it just takes, it's a different level of focus and I'm just getting done. Like my son was at the ER twice this last week. So my energy, I'm pacing myself. Your relationship, I feel like you've already made a decision about your relationship. I think you've already decided, but you're scared to actually pull the mechanism of action instead of saying pull the trigger. Mm, I think you're looking for the motivation to take action on what's right for you. So, what I would actually advise for you, Taddy, is for you to ask yourself, how did the relationship get to this point? Where has this disconnect, this lack of communication occurred? And for how much longer will you allow that to be in place? I really feel like the communication piece is huge between you and your partner, and you just seem so dissatisfied. And also, like your needs aren't getting. Seems like your needs aren't part of the priority for that relationship. Doesn't seem like a very healthy relationship. That's what I'll say. I'm gonna switch over to YouTube really quick. What's up, Carlos? How are you? And I'm so sorry. We're dealing with Richard, who is right now dealing with a sick dog and is actually preparing spiritually and mentally on what may come next. So just understand that universe always has a plan, and that when our pets, our loved and cherished pets, cross into the afterlife, please understand that their spirits are still with us after they cross into the spirit realm. I have pets come through in mediumship all the time, and I know that doesn't necessarily ease the pain of letting a favorite pet go. Understand that that love between you and your dog, between you and your dog is literally a love bond that I see as eternal. Carlos, I'm glad to see that you're doing well as well. I'm glad to see you're doing well. Yeah. Yay. Super good. Yeah. I hope Taddy. Yeah, Taddy, did that make sense? I got to thank you back from Taddy about the relationship. I hope that makes sense. You definitely deserve better. Okay. Yeah. Pet postcard from my cat. Cindy, I'm sending you so much light and love. Your energy looks really good, by the way, Cindy. Just to let you know, I think you found a lot of momentum, and maybe September is a better month for you than this last month. August was really hectic for a lot of people. I will also say for the collective that there is a lot of stress, particularly with the upcoming elections. There's a lot of instability, let's say, in the marketplace as well. And a lot of that is connected to fear. People just have a lot of general anxiety, and that's also connected to lifestyle. So if you are dealing with anxiety today, I would definitely recommend that you get outside and go for a 10 or 15-minute walk if that is something that's available to you. And you can probably hear my dog eating like a beast and just like in the next room. So make sure that you're taking time to also nourish yourself as well. Oh, that makes me laugh. Can you guys hear her eating? She's like snarling it down. That makes me laugh. Oh, that makes me laugh. Carlos, thank you so much for dropping in too. I appreciate it off of Facebook. I have to say, it's great to see people join off Facebook. I don't think it's easy to comment off Facebook, but I don't know. Maybe they updated that. Oh, you're welcome, Cindy. I'm super proud of the way that you've also helped yourself. I love for you to give yourself some credit, because there's been so much. Like you've really took initiative to decide to change the way that you're living, and how you are restructuring your life right now is phenomenal. It's a good job. Job well done. Yeah. If there's any other questions, let me know. I have no idea if this is recording for posterity's sake or if this will end up on my feed. I just have to say, I'm like, this is almost like a test live, because I haven't been on here for so long. And I'm good with it. I'm so good with being imperfect. Yeah. And again, if you haven't listened to my podcast, Soul Secrets, I encourage you to check it out on Apple, Spotify, as well as YouTube. I am going to get back into the process of making content that will help solve challenges or hardships that you're dealing with. And I love seeing people interact with one another in the comments as well, which is so good. Yeah, see, you can't post comments to some destinations. Let me see, what's that about? Oh, how interesting. Oh, Instagram Live. Well, we're getting comments there, which is good. Oh, interesting. Okay. Anyhow, very cool. Oh, Richard, thank you so much. Thank you for existing. We're all in this together. Yeah, Cindy, I'm getting ready to come back, which is great, to TikTok. I know that's the place where I tend to go live, but I'm going to be changing things a lot. So I'm excited about some of those changes as well. We have got Brianna saying, I'm struggling with if I should take anxiety medication with the start of this new job. Oh, you know what's interesting? As soon as I read your question, I could feel high levels of anxiety in the way that you posted the question. Now, as you guys know, I'm not a doctor, so I don't diagnose, and I definitely don't create treatment plans. But one of the aspects that I'd ask for you to consider or have a dialogue with your primary physician, or even with like a therapist, is if you could start to identify what are the triggers of the anxiety as connected to the new job. Is it about performance? Is it about meeting new people? Um, is it about getting messaged somehow on Facebook while I'm live? How is this happening? I'm just going to close this down really quick. I don't know. I assume you guys can hear that. I'm trying to close. Oh, shoot. I hope I didn't close too many tabs. Okay, we're still good. I think we're still good. Hopefully I didn't cut Instagram off. Too funny. Did I cut Oh, no, you guys are still there. Okay, good. Yeah. So I think, yeah, you would say both. So once you identify what those anxiety triggers are, what I would encourage you to do is figure out ways to anchor back into your body. When you trust and you love yourself, how could you ever make a mistake? Which is something that might make you smile quite broadly. But we are all here to learn. And when you have the idea of having to be perfect as the focal point for performance, then I think, of course, that's going to trigger anxiety. I don't want you to go into any kind of new job and expect perfection. This is the first live I've done in like a month, and I'm making mistakes left and right, and everybody's super cool with it. And if they're not, then they just leave. Just want to say. Oh, shoot, we lost audio? Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna wait and see if the audio is still working on Instagram, because that's where I'm getting the most engagement, which is fantastic. Yes. So let's just double check. I don't, oh no, I hear audio. It's interesting. I just did a quick audio check. Let me know if you guys can still hear me. I can hear you. Okay, thank you, Desilu. All right, fantastic. So going back to you, Brianna, I would definitely, and what's up, Fit Vic? How are you? Thank you for being here. Way back, how many viewers were on my first TikTok? I had 3. Audio is still good. No interruptions. Thank you. Yay. What's up, Kyle? How are you? Thank you for joining. How are you? Super good to have you here. Sounds good on Facebook. Oh, we just did a sound check. We did a sound check. Okay, super good. So, does that make sense to you on anxiety? I feel like your anxiety is connected to perfection. And when you give yourself permission to be imperfect and to be human, then you will find less anxiety in your body. So my approach, and what I often find is a way to help other people that are dealing with anxiety, is that you can always have that discussion with your primary physician. I would never want to not encourage you to listen to your intuition about what is the right path for you and your health journey. But I also want to remind you that as you are working with your physician, you can also look into non-toxic, non-pharmaceutical approaches in non-traditional healing paths. And that might look like adjusting your diet, like maybe working with a nutritionist, because if you're eating a lot of ultra processed foods or having too much caffeine, that can actually trigger anxiety, right? So why not do both? But I will confess that I am more on the side of a natural approach. I am too suspicious of the pharmaceutical industry at this point to have unlimited faith. Yeah. Yeah, you're welcome, love. Yeah, voltage. Yeah, I'm way ahead. I've got 10 or 12 people watching me live on Instagram. That's actually really funny. Thanks for making me laugh. Does anybody have any other questions? I obviously cover absolutely everything. I've heard everything. There's no question that could actually surprise me at this point. So don't feel shy. If you have any questions, I'm going to take a couple last questions here before I say thank you for joining me live. Yeah, you're welcome, Brianna, too. I think you're doing much better than you think. And keep going. You're doing a great job. I'm always very proud of you. I feel like Cindy and Brianna have done so much transformation over the last year. And so I'm super excited about what the rest of 2024 is looking like for both of you. And Desi Lou, again, specific questions get specific answers. So I think that applies to health for sure. Now, don't anybody who wants to know about finances and option trading get specific with me like that, because I don't know any of that. Yeah. Okay, so that's good. So trying to decide if the options I have found to heal are the right option or if I should keep looking. Actually, it's interesting. I feel like you should actually head over to ChatGPT and click it over to 4.0 in order for you to assess that you have found all of the right options. I feel like there's 2 other options that might be eluding you right now. Karen, what's up, Karen? I just want to say hello, beautiful soul. I love the fact that your company is growing. How do I stay confident with money flow? Oh, that's an interesting question for you. So if you don't mind, let me just adjust for your energetic field as I start to answer. You're welcome, Desilu. Absolutely. Yeah, I feel like there's still a couple options there for your health. So keep looking. And I say try ChatGPT. For you, Karen, your company is flowing, is growing. How do I stay confident with money flow? Okay, so Karen, the thing that comes up for you is that I see that you've spent a lot of time in survival mode. I feel like that was particularly more common for you when you were in your early 20s. So now that you have actually diligently started to shift your energy, I feel like you've also understood what manifestation is. You have the wobble and the fear of it all being taken away from you. So there's 2 paths that I want to tell you about right now. One is that I think you need to continue to do inner child healing, particularly around resources, stability, and actually your spiritual faith. Okay. So those are 3 aspects that I would continue for you to either work with a therapist through or to work with a coach. I would also advise you to embrace the places within the past that felt the most frightening. That is connected to shadow work. And that shadow work brings awareness to your consciousness that you're not gripped in fear. So there's a couple things. Okay. So one is I think that you kind of are aware of this subconscious imprint that you have around the fear of losing everything. Because I think that you've had a couple instances in your life where you have. I would also be interested to ask, did you ever go through a bad breakup or like a divorce? Which really shook your financial life? Because I feel like that might also tie into that question. Okay. So I'm curious if that's true for you. And oh, yes. Okay. Because I actually see that a lot of your subconscious fear is tied to a relationship breakup or a divorce. So again, there are pieces for you to heal there. But I don't think that you necessarily have to go back into the trauma. While that technique can be helpful to talk about what you went through in your past, there are other ways that you can heal without having to necessarily rediscuss everything that triggered you. Because sometimes that can be re-triggering, right? So, what I would recommend for you is for you to look at the option of hypnotherapy. I think that would probably be really good for you. But I'm going to give you practical solutions that you can do for yourself today without you having to go to a healer or another expert. Okay. So I have a money hypnosis on my YouTube channel. I would tell you, you can listen to that for free. And it's really short. You can listen to it right before you go to bed. The second piece that I have for you is you need to constantly be in the creative state of mind instead of the anxiety, fear mind. Can you understand the difference between the two spaces? One space is creativity. One space is about creation, making new offers for whatever your business does. I'm not sure if it's a service-based industry, if it's an agency, or if it's a product-based business, but when you're in a place of constantly creating and enjoying the flow of business, this is how you bring more opportunity in. If you choose to get into a paralysis or you stop creating, that's going to trigger the anxiety and that's going to throw wobble into your energetic field around money. So creativity is a way, creativity, the excitement of building something bigger with your company is the way to avoid being in that fear-based survival mode, which can sabotage everything that you have been doing. I hope that makes some sense. What is up, Lenore? Yeah, exactly. So yeah, for sure. Let's see here. So I don't know how to be successful in work. I'm an actress. Sometimes I don't know if I can do it. I also am having a breakout. It's hard to let go. Okay. And then we've got Kyle who says, how should I focus for this upcoming trip this week? How can I best show up clean and aligned? Ooh, I love that question, Kyle. So good. Let me step back to Lenore really quick. First of all, the first thing that came up to me around you wanting to be an actress is I would recommend that you jump over to TikTok, or I think he's available. Don't worry, I read bad typos, okay? I want to say, what's up, Toya, Lewis, Tiffany? Hello, how are you guys doing? I'm going to jump over to Facebook in just a minute. One of the things that I would have to say, well, hi, Dazzle Me, is that for you, Lenore, you need to be watching a man by the name of Producer Patrick. He's on TikTok. He has like over 200,000 followers, and he's literally a producer in Los Angeles. And I want you to understand that Hollywood is going through a massive crisis, and that most actresses right now are out of work. Now, don't be freaked out about like, oh, this was what I wanted to do with my life. I'm not saying that you need to give up on that dream. But what I'm saying is that you actually need to use your phone to build the dream. You need to start to become a social media content creator, and you need to start to put together the content that you would like to create. Maybe you do skits on social media, do something that's funny. Maybe you need to do something that's serious. But I think that you need to start being the actress that you want to be today, and that you don't wait for somebody else to greenlight you. There's a massive change with how content is being made, about how movies are being produced. And right now, if you're out of work as an actress, it's not because of you being good or bad. It's actually because the whole industry is going through massive transformation. So that's the first thing. I also have a breakup. It's hard to let go. I think you're dealing with a fear of change. And if you were to look back at uh, that relationship wasn't really giving to you. And I think even though you're scared to be alone, that even though you're scared to be alone, I think there's more opportunity coming towards you. So have faith and chin up, Buttercup. I really think that your life is going to get significantly better being single as opposed to being in the wrong relationship. So that's what I have to say for you. For Kyle, now jumping back into your question, how should you focus yourself for the upcoming trip this week? How can I best show up clean and aligned? Okay, so let me just see what's coming through for you. Yeah. Let's see this. I like the fact you guys are asking me questions. This is super good. Okay, so let's just say here. You know what's interesting for you, Kyle? What I have is for you to show up less serious. I see that you are actually supposed to. You're supposed to. It's interesting. You're supposed to be following whims. So if there's some kind of whim that seems left field and maybe I shouldn't do it because it seems irresponsible, I want you to trust the instincts and the whims that are coming in. And that's going to actually be important too when it comes to you communicating to other people. It's about you stepping into spontaneity. And so you don't have to overly think. There's a theme here. Peoples. This is a theme with my clients that I've had today. Don't overthink. There's a theme. Sorry, it just clicked into my head. A theme for everybody. What's up, Angelica? Thank you for being here. I see you, beautiful souls, on Facebook and YouTube. I'm just answering a couple questions here on Instagram before I jump over there. So I would say that for you, Kyle, yeah, I honestly, it's almost like having the idea for a song. You have to sort of fiddle around. You play with a keyboard or, I don't know, play with your guitar and you just strum and enjoy. Don't overthink. And being in that energy is going to be the most aligned for you. So don't overthink. And everybody, please tap more into creativity. Okay. What's up, Karina? I feel like I haven't seen you for a hot second. I know, world traveler. I'm so excited. I literally got back from traveling to Spain, France, Italy. It was incredible. And a small souvenir of being sick at the end of that trip. Tiffany, if you're still here on Facebook, let me know if you're still here and I'll answer your question. Hopefully you're still hanging out. Just jump into the comments to let me know. She has a question about medicine or supplement would fix gastric issues that she's dealing with. So Tiffany, if you're still here, let me know. Dude, you've been going viral on Instagram. I freaking love it. Is it because of that bright yellow? I like it. You look like a bumblebee in your profile picture. I'll call you as soon as I'm done being live here. I love that idea. God, it's been way too long. It's been way too long. You always make me smile. God, how long has it been now? I swear I've known you for 9 years? I know. I love you tons. And if you guys are looking for fitness inspiration, Karina Rabin Fitness, available on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, is somebody I would definitely advocate, particularly if you have any kind of health issues. Yeah. So just jumping over to Tiffany, because she is actually here. We do need more bees. You make me laugh. You guys always make me laugh. Great comment, Voltage. We do need more bees. Okay, I saved a bee in Tuscany just for the record. Yeah, I'm in Toronto right now. Yeah, I'm in Toronto live right now for sure. And yeah, so I want to move back to Europe. I want to move to Europe. I'm so sorry, but I don't want to be stuck in my car. So Tiffany, okay, I'm just looking here for you and what medicine would fix your gastric issue. Well, the first thing that comes up, right, is that I would definitely say that for you, love, And hello, Toya is also here. Yeah, Toya, Toya, just what's up? How are you, beautiful soul? Thanks for hanging. So let me just see here really quick. Tiffany, for you, I want you to know I'm not a doctor. I don't diagnose and I don't offer treatment plans. I'm also not a nutritionist, but what I do is I look at energetics. So I look at your energetic anatomy. And the first thing that starts to come up for you, Tiffany, when I look at your energetic anatomy is that there is a need for a different approach to your diet. And I wonder, do you eat a lot of dark leafy greens? That would be a question that I have for you. Do you eat a lot of dark leafy greens, things like kale, maybe even things like dandelion leaf, if you were to add that in? Because what I'm hearing is that fiber, natural fiber, not fiber drinks, but natural fiber is an important aspect of helping to clear your digestive system. So that's the first thing that I energetically started to see for you, Tiffany, is to do an edit of your diet and maybe even do an elimination diet to see if there are certain foods that are triggering your imbalance. Tiffany is quick to say I should eat more greens. Shouldn't we all, though? I want you to know you're not alone, love. The other thing is I want to ask you if you live a sedentary life. So one of the things is that I feel like there's too much sitting for you, but I also feel that can I ask if you have gained a little bit more weight than normal? Because I see that walking for long periods of times is uncomfortable for you. For some reason, I feel tightness in your knees energetically. I also feel tightness in your back. And I feel like your mobility isn't as strong as you would like it to be. If that's the case, I would recommend going into water aerobics or swimming as a way. Yeah, you're sitting a lot. Okay, thank you for confirming. So what I would say is go to the YMCA or join a local gym that has a pool and get into water aerobics or get into swimming laps. It is so soft on your joints and it's a great way for you to start to build strength back in your body. Specifically for you, Tiffany, I really think that there has been a loss of muscle mass, the influx of weight. Like I think that you've gained weight. And then I see that you're not eating the healthiest food choices. If I were to go ahead and round all of these things up, I think that you have been doing a lot of emotional eating. And that is a way that you relieve stress. So that would probably require a little bit more in-depth coaching, but there's ways for you to quantum shift quite quickly out of these habits. And it actually comes back, and I'm going to be very practical with you right now, is that I really believe that you need to focus on actually what are your triggers around emotional eating. And for me, it feels like there's been a lot of isolation or there hasn't been enough emotional support from other people in your life. That's a lot, huh? I was like, shit. I feel like I'm just like keep bringing stuff through for you, Tiffany. You're super easy to read. So I suspect you're very intuitive. Tiffany says very accurate. And thank you so much. Okay. So one more thing for you, Tiffany, is that I believe that there are natural ways for you to heal what you're going through. Energetically, what I want you to do is communicate to the people who are the most important to you and have a heartfelt conversation about needing a little bit more emotional support. And that could be anybody from a partner, that could literally be other family members. Like if you have a sister that you're really close to, a best friend, say, hey, lately I've felt a bit more stressed. I've been going through health issues and I just really want to have a deeper emotional connection with you. But say it in a way that works for you. Okay? Because not everybody in our families would be like, respond well to that, right? Some of the people in our family would be like, what are you talking about? You sounding crazy. So say it in a way that is a natural conversation. Okay? And what's up, Truth Wave Energy Meditation? What a great username. I have to say, I'm super happy for you to be here. And I love it. Truth Wave Energy Meditation. So good. Man, that makes me want to meditate right now. And thank you, Voltage. I appreciate you. Cindy, you're well on your way for your energy matching your finances. So don't give up. Okay. And thank you for saying so accurate. Oh, look, it doesn't show on Instagram though. Too bad. Why is Instagram not operating the same way as, why is that not operating the same way as Facebook? I'm learning here. Oh, it did show up. Look at that. Oh my God, I'm learning stuff here. This is great. Shoot, shizzle. I'm learning, guys. This is great. I didn't know I could do cool stuff like that. What a beautiful picture of you too, Tiffany. Thanks for joining. Yeah, it's hard to ask for emotional support. It is. And see, I could keep reading you, Tiffany, because I actually believe if we were to walk back to your childhood, we would see that in the household that you grew up, that you had to learn how to fend for yourself. And maybe you were more of the emotional support system for the adults in your life. Maybe that's part of the reason why it's hard for you to ask for that emotional support, because you were always the one supporting everybody else. Yeah. Dude, perfect. I'm in on that. Thank you, Truth Wave. Yeah. What's up, Stacy? How are you? I love it. Yay. You're welcome. Stacy, how are you? Thank you for joining from YouTube. Hello. If you have any questions, drop it in right now. I'm definitely having fun hanging out with everybody. I won't be on here for too long because I'm going to shift over to TikTok, and I am live right now on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. I guess I could hold up my phone and go live on TikTok, but it's not really the same thing. You're welcome. Cindy, you're doing a great job. Yeah. For sure. If you guys have any questions, yay. Thank you, Tiffany. You're the best. I love it. Yeah. Awesome. So just a quick reminder too, is that I'm getting ready to publish a new podcast episode on soul secrets. It had been called Energy Secrets. I changed it to Soul Secrets with Kamela Hurley because I'm really excited about a new healing modality that Spirit has guided me to share with a collective, and it's called quantum soul mapping. It is a combination of energy healing, hypnotherapy, past life regression. I knew something changed. Thank you, Angelica. Yeah. And I'm very excited. I will be sharing more about the emotional I'm so sorry. I was just reading this. So accurate. Emotional support for my mother. Okay, Tiffany, thank you so much. Here, I'll just show that as a follow-up. Thank you for that. Yeah. And saying thank you again. Yeah, for sure. You're the best. Sending you so much light and love, Tiffany. Okay, so we are headed over to another question because I've just figured out how to use the comments like this. So the question is, have you ever felt Spirit hold your hand and felt like pressure on them? So the amazing question that I love this question, and it's a great question. And I remember very specifically back in like the mid 2000s, I was actually doing a angel meditation. So this was a guided meditation. I know we're all about meditation here, right? Truth Wave. And the meditation was so deep for me. I literally felt what to me seemed like angel hands on my back. And it kind of freaked me out and made me flinch. But at the same time, it was very reassuring when I thought back to it. So for me, I have felt Spirit actually touch me in a way that was reassuring, not in a way like the Conjuring. Okay. I just want to say. So I love that question, and thank you for asking it. So I think it's very possible to feel Spirit, yes, but not necessarily like a horror film. Yeah, for sure. I'm so sorry for those people asking questions on Instagram. I can't highlight your question like I can on Facebook or YouTube, but it's definitely, thank you, Floral Islands. How are you? Thank you for hanging here, and thanks for loving the dew. Yeah. Stacy says, I'm pretty sure I experienced feeling source. And I love that. It's beautiful. So one of the other things, jumping back here, is that I actually do a lot of channeling. And channeling is when I connect to the energy of other dimensions. And oftentimes I feel a very physical connection to the channel that I'm connected to. So I often channel as connected to the Arcturians. So if you're into any kind of the celestial energy, there are many different celestial beings that can offer a lot of deep healing. Thank you, Cindy, for moving over to YouTube. I appreciate it. So I find that when I go into trance mediumship, that I feel more in my body. And so when I connect to the Arcturians, I'm often brought into a healing space where I actually feel healing within my body. So I want to say that I really do feel a physical connection to spirit, and I wouldn't deny that you've had that experience at all. I think it's quite beautiful. So thanks again for asking that question, Stacy. Yeah. Let's see here. Okay, this is an interesting question here as well. I have been seeing shadows in the corner of my eyes almost daily. So a lot of people believe that when you see shadows at the sides, the peripheral, that is actually a connection to an energetic being. And that could be a loved one, an ancestor. It could be a dimensional being. It could be just your eyes. But I think energetically, the way that it feels when you see something out of the corner of your eye needs to be a piece of whether you're connected to a spirit or if you just saw, like, a weird shadow. So if you feel like the energy that you connect out of the side of your eye, it feels comforting and reassuring, then let that be a sign from spirit. Okay, what's up, Josie? Hi, Sharon. Thanks for hanging on YouTube. I am also live on Instagram and Facebook. I think it's important. Truth Wave is saying that we focus on harnessing the provided energies instead of being subjected to them. It's an interesting differentiation. And one that's important whenever you're channeling is that you check the channel. Yeah. This is so beautiful. This is such a beautiful comment. Thank you, Angelica, for dropping that in right now off of YouTube. Wow, I feel a similar energy daily, like a peaceful figure watching me. To me, this feels like evidence of a spirit guide or a trusted advisor, like a loved one in the afterlife. And so I love this. To me, the first thing I heard is that it's your spirit guide. This is so beautiful, but definitely to me feels like evidence of your spiritual team. So good. Yay. Stacy, will you rephrase that question just a little bit? I'm pretty good at reading typos, but I just want to make sure. I think, how do I differentiate my, I think when you have like an issue with your eye versus spirit, it is because of energetically how it feels in your body. Potato Cake posted a question. Where did you post the question, Potato Cake? Oh, there it is. Okay. So Stacy, I think it's just, again, you guys have great profile pictures here. I'm loving this. Okay. Stacy, I would tell you, how did it feel in your energetic body? And that's the way to know the difference. If you just feel like, oh, my hair just got in my eye, that's going to feel differently than like, I feel energy prickling through my skin and I feel like a connection to spirit. Potato Cake, we're going to your question. Look at all those kitties. That's a great profile picture. So cute. Okay. Oh, are they being rescued? That looks almost kind of dramatic. I don't know what's going on there, but let's get to your question. What's the best way to connect with a past love, a past one who's in the afterlife? So for you, Potato Cake, I want you to understand that mediumship is different for each and every single person. Doing mediumship for somebody like I do mediumship for people, whether I'm live on social media or I'm in a client session, is one thing. That's not something I feel everybody can do. So you can go to all the mediumship development circles that you want. I don't believe that will necessarily attune you to being a medium. Now, there are other ways that we're able to connect to our loved ones in the afterlife. And that's a beautiful thing because you don't have to be a medium to be able to do that. You need to look for signs and synchronicities that connect to you to your loved one. So that can be seeing a butterfly, a dragonfly. It could be red cardinals. There's so many different ways that our loved ones send signs. I also would recommend that you pay attention to your dreams because for most of us, including myself, the way that loved ones connect with me is actually in dreams. So if you have any dream of a loved one that's in the afterlife, to me, I consider that a visitation from spirit. So, and I'm going to give you even more of a practical tip on how to ask certain loved ones to come and visit you. So, right before you fall asleep, just simply say a prayer or just think inside your mind that you would like a specific loved one to come visit you. And then let it go and see if they come to you in your dreams and if you remember them the next day. So, make sure you ask for your dreams to be remembered as well. Potato Cake says, oh, it's a kitty tribe. It sure is a kitty tribe. Your profile picture. I do love potato cakes. I could go for one right now, right? Okay, my friend who passed suddenly last year visits me in my dreams. There we go. Potato Cake, you're already well on your way. This is so beautiful. So for me, there are a few circumstances where I'm able to directly connect in mediumship to my loved ones, and it's because of an ultra special reason. Most of the time, I have to go to other mediums in order to get messages from my loved ones. Okay, so just want you to know this is how it works for Tyler Henry. This is how it works for me as well. But there are certain moments where I feel loved ones or even people that I knew who crossed into the afterlife where they come through. So I will just share with you, like 2 weeks ago, I was in Rome. And when I was in Rome, I went to St. Peter's Basilica inside Vatican City. I'm not a Catholic, but one of my ex-boyfriend's mothers, she was a Catholic, and she brought a lot of the compassion and adoration that I have for the Catholic religion. It was from this particular woman. So, and it's not anybody I've thought about for probably over 20 years, to be honest with you. As I'm standing inside St. Peter's Basilica, I literally felt her spirit come through to me, telling me how much she appreciated me taking the time, waking up early, even though I didn't really feel well, to go to Mass at the Vatican. And it's very interesting because after I had Mass at St. Peter's Basilica in Rome at Vatican City, I went back to my hotel, which was located in that area. And when I was inside the hotel, I was just drinking a glass of water when a woman came over and decided to start talking to me. And she turned out to be a woman who looked just like this other woman that I knew who had passed, which is pretty wild. But she also turned out to be the liturgy director of one of the largest Catholic churches in Los Angeles, which was very similar to the woman that I knew. So it's crazy how spirit worked for me in that instant. Wow, it was just a really crazy moment. I was very emotional about it too. Like, listen, I know I make everybody cry because I'm like a medium and I bring these messages through. But I just want to also say I can be emotional myself from time to time, but don't tell anybody. Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. So I hope that answers some questions for you. Yeah. Yeah, it was truly an exceptional experience. It felt very special for me. Yeah. Yeah, Josie says, I can't remember dreams except for visitation dreams. Yes, so many feel that way, but at least you remember those visitation dreams. I think a lot more of our spirit teams, our loved ones in the afterlife, visit us in spirit, or sorry, visit us in dreams. We just oftentimes don't remember it. Yeah. Cool. So I hope you guys have time to check out my podcast, which is available on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and YouTube. It is called Soul Secrets. If you are interested, what's up, Bear? Yeah, good to be back. I'm happy for you to be here. Thank you for dropping in. I super appreciate you. Um, yeah, so I just want to say I appreciate each and every single one of you for hanging out with me, asking questions. I've already been live for an hour, which is just phenomenal. Super excited that I've been here with each and every single one of you this long already. Why does one develop an extreme fear of driving the freeways after years of driving them just fine? That could be a past life issue. I would also ask if there was any PTSD around anyone that had a car accident, or maybe you had a car accident. So floral islands, I don't teach mediumship to people because I believe that spirit it decides who gets to be mediums. So I don't teach mediumship. In fact, the only thing that I'm getting ready to teach people who are interested in using their intuition as a career path is how to use my technique of quantum soul mapping, which is a combination of Akashic record reading. It is Reiki. It also includes doing past life hypnotherapy, past life regression. So that's something that I'm getting ready to focus on training more people to do. I realize that when I teach people how to do Reiki or Akashic record reading, or how to be more psychic, how to trust their intuition more, I find that people need a little bit more direction. And so having a month off social media has given me perspective. And so I want to say that for those like you, Floral Islands, that feel like you're already a medium, the best way for you to develop mediumship is to do the work, is to do mediumship for other people. So that's what I would recommend. Yeah. Potato Cake is on her way to being a regression therapist. This is amazing. I love it. Super awesome. My quantum soul mapping might be interesting for you. I'm actually a trained QHHT hypnotherapist, and there were beautiful aspects that I learned of going through that training. And my spirit team has redirected me to create quantum soul mapping. Yeah, so I'm going to be sharing more about that in the future, but I love doing past life regressions. I can do it as a medium instantly for people. And I also love using hypnotherapy as a way for people to experience moving into past lives. Potato Cake, I love it. I love your name and I love what you're doing. So good. I love it. There's so many light workers that I'm connected to here. And I just love to celebrate the way that we are helping to create a new earth, because we need to offer these new modalities of healing. It's not just pharmaceutical healing that we all need. Some of this is actually digging into the energetics and looking at our spirit and how that integrates into our physical body. Because I see, just like Dolores Cannon did, that there are energetic blockages that are connected to our health issues. And that includes mental health for sure. Yeah. And Truth Wave says, definitely, like any practice, the more we use our gifts, the stronger they get. Indeed. Indeed. I love it. So with that, I want to just remind you guys that I do have a podcast. If you're interested in listening to how I discovered that I'm a medium, how I came out of the spiritual closet, I definitely have those podcasts available right now on Soul Secrets. That's available on Spotify, Apple Podcast, as well as YouTube. And I just want to say it's been my joy to connect with you guys. I will be headed to TikTok in about a couple of hours. So if you're interested in joining me there, put your pajamas on, get a glass of water, get your favorite green vegetable. Bring the kale because we all need more fiber. We learned that one today. Super good. Yeah. So it's been my joy to connect with other creators here, with other light workers. And I really just want to honor the work that you're doing. Instead of having companies like BlackRock and, who own all of these corporations, I want you to understand that each and every single one of you have intuition and that you are here to help build this new earth. And whether you're choosing to build a marketing agency, if you're trying to build a product-based business, or you're wanting to actually provide healing services for other people, just understand when you're in alignment with your soul and with the universe, you can be unstoppable and we can make this place a better world. And that's what it's all about. So I'm sending a light and love to each and every single one of you. Thanks for hanging with me here on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. I love you guys, and I will see you on my very next live. Okay? Cheers. Thank you so much, beautiful souls. Have a great time, and I'll be on TikTok in a couple of hours. Cheers.